Carpenter square mug rug. It's going to be a finished size of a 10-inch square. It's 8 squares going across and 8 squares going down. So this is the layout for my Carpenter square mug rug. And as you come in, please make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. So this is it. The layout for my upcoming Carpenter square mug rug. So you can see how it looks so far. So I'm just showing it off, giving people time to come into the live. This is my layout. I cut for the squares that are not half square triangles. I cut 1 3/4 inch squares. For the half square triangles, I cut those squares at 2 1/4 inches. So you have the background squares that are solid squares, and then you have background squares that are half square triangles. For the background squares that are half square triangles, you have to cut them in the same as the same size as the squares that are half square triangles. This is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug. So it's going to end up being a Carpenter Star quilt block. So last night I showed you all my drawings. This is a smaller version of the Carpenter Star quilt block. And then this is a larger version of the Carpenter Star quilt block. And then this is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug that would end up being a finished size of a 10-inch square. As you come in, please make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm so thankful for all my subscribers, all my old subscribers and my new subscribers, everyone that's watching my videos. I really do appreciate you all liking my videos, subscribing to my channel. Again, this is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug. It will end up being a finished size of a 10-inch square, a 10-inch Carpenter Star mug rug. It is 8 squares across and 8 squares going down. And see, that's the little diamond in the middle. And then this is the whole thing. This is my Carpenter Star, the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever done a Carpenter Star quilted item or no? Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions concerning quilting, I will answer them in the chat. Okay. Again, this is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug. Thanks for coming by. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. So I had to put all these little pieces together, which was very time consuming, but it's gonna be really pretty when it's finished. What I have to do is take all the half square triangles, sew them together, and square them up to be 1 3/4 inches, so it will measure up or line up perfectly with the blocks that are squares that are 1 3/4 inches, and then the finished size of each block will be 1 1/4 inches. And then if you take 1 1/4 and multiply it times 8, you will come out with 10 inches, and that will be the finished size of my mug rug, a 10-inch square mug rug. But this is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug. And as you come in, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Again, this is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug, which is a combination of squares, half square triangles, and as I just stated, for the blocks that are squares, they will be cut at 1 3/4 inches. For the blocks that are half square triangles, those blocks will be cut at 2 1/4 inches. You see the background half square triangles, those blocks will also be cut at 2 1/4 inches. And as I just stated, what I have to do is sew all the half square triangles together, square them up to be 1 3/4 inches, and then I'll be able to sew all the blocks together. So I will have to go through this layout one by one and sew my half square triangles together. Again, this is the layout for my upcoming mug rug. It will be a finished size of a 10-inch Carpenter Square quilt block. Nope, I keep saying Carpenter Square. It's Carpenter Star. It will be a finished size of a 10-inch Carpenter Star quilt block. So I'm just showing the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug. So this would be a Carpenter Star quilt block. What I'll do is just sew it together, then I'll have the top, and then I'll go and to make my quilt sandwich to finish it off. This is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star quilt block. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is show you all my little squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. So I lay this on top of here. And then I'm going to show you my little squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. So I can just lay them out one by one. So there's one. Okay. Let's see, make sure the T is at the top. Yep. So now I'm putting together my little postage stamp squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. So a postage stamp quilted item is a quilted item where the finished size of the squares is 1 inch. So then this is just my little squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. It will end up being a size of 12 inches across and 9 inches going down, which is my favorite size mug rug to make. Okay, so what do we have so far? We need to go all the way over because I might have to stack them on top of each other. So then, hopefully I'll have everything sewn together by tomorrow, and then I'll do another live. So I said I was gonna see how many I can get. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7. Just putting the squares together for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I just had to stack them. 9, 10. This is, I'm just putting the squares together for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. And under here, I have the layout for my Carpenter square mug rug. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't even have to worry about that. I can just lay out what I can, and then I worry about the rest when I go to sew my blocks together. But we can at least go ahead and put up my little squares that I can fit on this rotating mat. So right now I'm just laying out the squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. It's gonna be 12 inches, 12 squares going. And you know, postage stamp is a quilt block where all the blocks are a finished size of 1 inch. Some people doing bigger, but that wouldn't be, at that point, it wouldn't be original postage stamp. But they say postage stamp, but not really postage stamp, because the finished size is just too big. If it's more than if the finished size of the square is more than 1 inch, that's not real postage stamp. But people, people make up their own rules these days. But I don't say nothing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I'm just saying. You know, you can say what you want to say, but you won't say you don't know what's really real. The real rule to being postage stamp, which is a finished size of a 1 inch square. Okay, so I'm just putting my little squares together for my upcoming postage stamp mug group. And most of these prints I got from a quilt shop. A few of them may have come from a chain store or something like that, but for the most part, they all came from, especially these boutiques, because that's really the only place I get boutiques from is a quilt shop. So these are my little squares. And it may not be 12 across because this rotate mat is not big enough. I'll just add more on as I sew them together. I was going to stack them on the end block, but I ain't going to worry about all that. I'm just finna see what I end up with for right now for this live. So these are my little squares, my little postage stamp squares for my upcoming mug rug. I like to make mug rugs more than I like to make placemats because it's still functional and then it's not as much work. So I'm just putting my little squares together. And before I sew them together, if I see some I feel like need to be repositioned, I'll do that. Like if I actually see some, if like I end up doing this and it's 2 blue blocks next to each other, then I'll rearrange because I don't want 2 blocks of the same color right next to each other. So this is just how I arrange my little squares for my postage stamp items. And under here, under this postage stamp on this rotate mat is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter square mug rug. And once I get all these squares, I'll show you all my Carpenter star. I keep saying Carpenter square, it's Carpenter star. So I'm just putting the my postage stamp squares down, and I'll move it out the way. And these little postage stamp squares, they're going to end up being a mug rug. So I'll end up with 2 additional mug rugs. I like to make mug rugs because like I said, they're not as much work as actual placement. So I just make my mug rugs. My favorite size mug rug to make is a 12 inches across and 9 inches down mug rug. See, that can't go. I'll put it over here somewhere. I may just put it back here. Because 2 blues can't go together. Like, even if you see it laying on here now, I'll rearrange it before I put it together. And then that right there, I'll rearrange. Because I don't want 2 little... See, I'm putting the squares down for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. It's going to be 12... And you know, a postage stamp item is a quilted item where the finish size for each block is 1 inch. So 1 inch, a 1 inch block. So I cut 1.5 inch squares to make this mug rug. And as you come in, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. And see, I mean, some of these squares I had a long time. And then I just go in my scrap bag and cut some 1.5 inch squares out. Now I can tell y'all what I did today. I had 2 bags. I had 1 bag of scraps and then 1 empty bag. And then what I did, I got my ironing board, and I iron them, ironed a few and cut a few, ironed a few and cut a few. And as I cut a few and used, I would put in one bag, and then once I had the bag filled, let's say I cut it all down and had used all my scraps, then I'll just start over again with the 2 bags. So that was kind of a little way to do it. So you start off with 2 bags, and then you have one full of scraps and one empty. And as you cut down, as you earn the scraps, cut the scraps, you put them in the extra bag, bag number 2. So first you start off with 2 bags, bag number 1, bag number 2. Bag number 1, you pull a few scraps out, iron them, cut them down to 1.5 inches, and when you cut them down, you throw them in scrap bag number 2. Once you cut all of it down and bag number 2 is full, put those scraps back in bag number 1 and do this same thing again until you have all the squares that you need. So this is just the postage stamp squares, which are squares that are a finished size of a 1-inch square. So I cut 1.5-inch squares to make the squares for this upcoming mug rug, which will be 12 inches going across and 9 inches going down, as I stated, which is my favorite size mug rug to make. So I'm just adding my squares, and I can't get 12 squares on this mat, so I'll have to add additional squares to the rows as I sew them together. But I'll look at this layout. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll look at this layout, and if I don't like what's side by side, I'll move it to another place, to another position before I go to sew my rows together. Like as I sew these squares together, if you see something that's like 2 blues together, I won't end up with 2 blues side by side in the finished mug rug. Okay, so even though I'm putting them together now, I do reserve the right to reposition what I feel don't go together. Like don't go side by side or next to each other or near each other. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying. Okay, here we go. Just ran into a lot of blues for some reason. And these are the postage stamp squares for my upcoming mug rug. And as you all come in, please make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. If you have questions, then you can just put them in the chat and I will answer your questions. Okay, so I'm just put my little squares, laying them down for my upcoming mug rug. And this is this will be a postage stamp mug rug. And a postage stamp in quilting is where the finished size of each block is a 1-inch block. So I cut 1.5-inch squares to make this mug rug. Okay, and like I said, as you come in, please make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm so thankful for all my subscribers. Over 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost to 1,300 subscribers. So hopefully, once I get my watch hours, the magic will happen. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm only gonna be able to get 8 rows on this thing. But yeah, this is the layout for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. Okay. Thanks for everybody that has stopped by to watch my video, my live. Thanks to everyone that is subscribed to my channel. Again, these are the squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. A postage stamp quilted item is a quilted item where all the squares are finished size of 1 inch. So I cut 1.5 inches to make this mug rug. So it's gonna be like a scrappy postage stamp mug rug. I have made mug rugs that are more conservative, but this one will be a scrappy mug rug. And it allows me to use up a bunch of my scraps out of my bag. Okay. So yeah, these are the squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug, which will end up being a finished size of 12 inches across and 9 inches going down. And hopefully I will have it all sewn by tomorrow, and I will be doing another live sometime tomorrow as soon as I get my mug rug sewn together and my Carpenter star sewn together. And as you come in, please make sure that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm so thankful for all my subscribers, everyone that's watching my live videos, my long form videos, my shorts. I really appreciate it. So I'm just laying out some squares. These are not all the squares because it's only 8 rows and then it's 12 squares across, but this is only what I'm able to put on this rotating mat. So these are the postage stamp squares for my upcoming mug rug. And as I stated, a postage stamp quilted item is a quilted item where the finished size of each square is a 1 inch square. So I cut 1.5 inch squares to make this mug rug. And I'm so thankful for everyone watching my video. Please make sure that you like it. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, so these are the little squares that I was able to put on this rotating mat. Okay. So these are the squares for my upcoming scrappy postage stamp mug rug. These are the squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. Under this mug rug, I have the layout for my Carpenter square mug rug. So I have 2 mug rugs that I'm currently working on. Okay, these are the squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. A postage stamp quilted item is a quilted item where the squares are a finished size of 1 inch, a 1 inch square. So you have to cut 1.5 inch squares to make postage stamp quilted items. Again, these are some squares for my upcoming postage stamp mug rug. And again, This item here is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter Star mug rug, which is a finished size of a 10-inch. It's going to be a finished size of a 10-inch block. So I'm so thankful for everyone that stopped by to watch my live. Please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and go and watch some more of my videos if you don't mind. I am trying to get my watch hours up. Again, this is the layout for my upcoming Carpenter's Star mug rug, which will be end up being a finished size of a 10-inch block, or a 10-inch dark Carpenter Star. Okay, thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, subscribe. Check you later.